Hello everyone, I am Dr. VRAO. In the lecture 63 of thermodynamics, we have gone through the calculation of entropy changes in reversible process and in isothermal processes. In this lecture, we are going to learn the calculation of entropy change during phase transformations. What is phase transitions or phase transformations? Let me explain. Solids, liquids and gases are the three forms of a matter. The change of a substance from one form to another form is called phase transformation, and it is accompanied by entropy change. Moreover, during these transformations, heat may absorbed or heat may evolved. That is, entropy may increases or decreases, right? And the entropy change during these phase transformations or phase transitions is given by delta S transformation. Delta S for transformation is equal to Q reversible by T, right? This is the formula for entropy change. This is the formula for calculating the entropy change during phase transformation or phase transition, right? And it is equal to Q reversible by T, right? And now let us see calculation of entropy change during various transformations. Now, various phase transformations are fusion, vaporization, sublimation. These are the three major transformations, and now let us calculate the entropy change for these transformations. First of all, entropy of fusion, right? Entropy of fusion, it is defined as when 1 mole of solid substance converted into liquid at its melting point. I repeat, it is defined as entropy change when 1 mole of solid substance is transformed or converted into liquid at its melting point. And for this transformation or transition, entropy change can be calculated by using the formula delta S fusion, that is entropy change for fusion process. Fusion is nothing but a transformation of a solid substance into liquid, right? So entropy change for fusion can be calculated by the formula delta H fusion, and fusion takes place only at a melting point. Fusion takes place at a melting point temperature, right? So by this formula we can calculate a delta H fusion, that is entropy change for during the fusion process, right? And the delta H is the delta H fusion. This means that heat evolved or absorbed during the fusion process, right? And now entropy of vaporization, and another transformation is entropy of vaporization. Entropy of vaporization, right? So entropy of vaporization, and it is defined as entropy of vaporization. It is defined as entropy change when 1 mole of liquid substance converted into vapor at its boiling point. I repeat, it is defined as entropy change when 1 mole of liquid substance converted into or transformed into vapor at its boiling point, right? And the entropy change during this process can be calculated by using the formula, that is delta H delta S vaporization, that is entropy change during vaporization process, right? Vaporization takes place, and the vaporization is the transformation where liquid substance converted into vapor, right? That is the transformation of liquid into vapor is called vaporization, right? Right. So delta H vaporization, that is entropy change during vaporization process, can be calculated by using the formula delta H vaporization, that is heat involved during the vaporization process by, and vaporization takes place only at boiling point, that is boiling point temperature, boiling point temperature, right? Delta S vaporization. So, and another major transformation is entropy of sublimation, that is what is that? Entropy of sublimation, entropy of sublimation, right? Right. Sublimation. What is meant by sublimation? Sublimation is the transformation of a substance from solid to vapor, right? Direct transfer of solid into vapor is called sublimation, and direct transfer of gas into solid is called deposition, right? You should remember this point, right? Sublimation, we all know the sublimation process. Sublimation is nothing but direct conversion of solid substance into vapor, okay? And besides that, direct conversion of gaseous substance into solid is called deposition, right? And now let us calculate entropy of sublimation. Entropy of sublimation is defined as entropy change when 1 mole of solid substance converted into vapor at a particular temperature, not at melting point, not at boiling point, at a certain temperature. Sublimation takes place at a certain temperature, okay? It is not melting point, it is not boiling point, right? And it is, I repeat, entropy of sublimation is defined as entropy change when 1 mole of solid substance converted into 1 mole of solid substance converted into its vapor at a certain temperature, right? And entropy change for sublimation, delta S sublimation, that is entropy change during sublimation process, can be calculated by using the formula delta H sublimation, delta H, that is heat involved during the sublimation process, right? Delta H sublimation by temperature, at temperature, that is sublimation takes place at a certain temperature. Sublimation takes place at a certain temperature, right? And moreover, you should remember one point in your mind. You should keep one point in your mind, that delta H sublimation, that is heat involved during the sublimation process, delta H sublimation is equal to delta H fusion plus delta H vaporization, delta H vaporization, right? Okay, this should be you have to keep this point in your mind, right? Delta H sublimation is equal to delta H fusion plus delta H vaporization. Okay, these are the three major phase transformations or phase transitions, and these are the by these formulas we can calculate the entropy change during phase transformation. Phase transformation is nothing but conversion of substance from one phase to another phase, that is substances, matter exists in solid, liquid and gaseous forms. The conversion of the change of substance from one form to another form is called transformation, that is phase transformation, right? I hope you learned something through this lecture. If you learned something, please give your support by like, share, comment. Thank you for watching.